Going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here with a reaction video to a channel called Bales Off, which has recently just popped up on my recommended with a few of their videos, and today we're gonna react to one. So firstly, original link in the description, go subscribe, show some love to the original, push them up to 500 subscribers. It seems like they've got some amazing content over there, so get around them. Original link again in the description. Subscribe if you're new. In today's video, we've got a short one. We've got Yorkshire cricket scandal explained. Now, I remember when all this kind of happened, I want to say recently, I remember this being in the news within the last 2 years, and I think it was Michael Vaughan was involved. There was a little bit that went on. The video will explain it because I didn't really have a clue what actually even ended up happening. So, let's learn. Let's go. Here we go.
Cricket is a sport that's meant for everyone, regardless of your heritage or race. But looking back at a serious issue that took 6 years to find...
Damn, 6 years?
It seems that people in the sports failed to stick to the message. But where did these allegations come from? And what were the consequences of them? We'd like to give a quick shout out to Nicholas Sir for this
video. And
nice
one.
Anything else interesting that you'd like us to cover,
shout out.
then let us know in the comments.
Okay.
And thank you all so much for 50 subscribers.
Oh!
It's taken a lot of effort to make.
Yo, nah, so wait. When he uploaded this video, he was at 60 subscribers. Now, I think I looked at his channel just before and it's like 350 or something. So, before this video starts, go in the description right now, go to his channel, leave a like, and subscribe. Please, do me a favor. There we go, let's go.
To know that we have supporters of our work.
That's awesome.
Rafiq was born in Pakistan in 1991, but he moved to England at the age of 10.
Can I turn it up?
As he played cricket over the years, he became more proficient in the sport, earning him a spot in the Yorkshire County Cricket Club between both 2008 to 2014 and 2016 to 2018. However, he doesn't have fond memories of playing there. In fact, it was far from that.
Oh no.
Although it started happening from the year he joined the club, his first attempt to address his issues came in 2017. Up until then, Rafiq had been experiencing racism, but this was when he finally decided to take some sort of action. He complained to the assistant coach of Yorkshire at the time, Richard Pyra, and it went something along the lines of this. Listen, I've been constantly getting bullied by Tim Bresman because of prejudice.
Timmy!
Something needs to be done. Well, that is rather unfortunate. We are just going to have to ignore what he's doing. But it didn't stop there. And the following year, he complained about the racism he was facing directly to the Yorkshire club. The club held a meeting to discuss what had happened, but no further action was taken.
Wow.
And at the end of the season, he was released from the club.
Damn, nah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's pretty effed up. Like, even, obviously, I'm unsure of what his statistics were like. Was he even actually a good bowler to not be released? I don't know. But to kind of have a guy, you know, who's obviously not, as they would say, quote unquote, an English man through and through, so they would, you know, Tim Bresnan, one of their favourites, you're complaining about one of their faves, just brush that under the bloody carpet, I think.
Rafiq made a total of 43.
43?
These included situations such as non-white players being called elephant washers, telling them to go back where you came from, and even using racially offensive slurs against them.
Bro, that is...
Prove these allegations just yet. A few years went by, and
hold on. Last pause of the video, sorry, but he's your teammate. Who the fuck's treating their teammate like that? I don't understand. Do you not want to win? Do you not want a good culture? Do you not want a big group of mates? Like, that is the shit that I never understand. Grown people bullying other people. Like, you're a grown man or a grown woman. Surely you're not bullying people. Like, we're not 12 anymore at school. Like, I hate shit like that.
Kept the matter behind closed doors, but the years of suffering he endured whilst at the club were eating away.
Yeah, I bet.
And in September 2020, he couldn't hold it in anymore. He decided to publicly speak about his experience with racism.
Good.
Here, he would explain how the bullying he had gone through had reduced him to tears. He felt that his claims were ignored, and that the deep-rooted racism left him close to committing suicide. All he wanted was justice for what had happened to him. The Yorkshire chairman, Roger Hutton, replied,
what's with the supreme hat?
Look into what happened. He appointed a local law firm, Squire Patton Boggs, and they were noting all their findings down. The results were meant to be published 3 months later, although, as you'll soon find out, it took a lot longer than that. But what did happen 3 months later was big. Before I carry on, make sure to drop a like if you're enjoying our video so far. And if you have any criticism, then it's always welcome in the comments. Rafiq would file a direct discrimination and harassment case against Yorkshire, and also mentioned how his claims were simply ignored. He thought that legal action could be a good way to pressure them into admitting their faults. Rafiq and his legal team were looking to claim financial damages, as well as making recommendations to ensure that nobody else would have to face the same treatment again. The Yorkshire club assured them that they were taking the allegations extremely seriously, but they disclosed nothing about the findings of their investigations that started 3 months ago. He had to wait for another 6 months before they finally came around with the results. After these results came out, Yorkshire apologized to Rafiq for inappropriate behavior, but they didn't explicitly admit to racism. A summary of the reports was published, with 7 of the original 43 claims being accepted into the report.
Only
These
7?
claims are the ones shown on screen right now.
Alright, hold on, we're just going to pause and read them, so let's go. Rafiq was not provided with halal food when playing junior cricket for Yorkshire. Before 2010, 3 separate incidents of language being used by former players was identified. These were determined to be on the grounds, okay. 2012, a former coach regularly used this language. During his second tenure, jokes made about his religion, which made individuals uncomfortable about their religious practices. Between 2016 and 18, a player made references to Rafiq's weight and fitness that amounted to bullying. 2018, Rafiq raised concerns of what was going on there at the club, and it was a failure to its own policy not to investigate. And then 2018, again, the last one that was actually included in their report. The club could have done more to make Muslims more welcome within their stadiums and should have dealt better with complaints of what was going on, essentially, within those 4 walls. So, yeah, it's pretty damning, that sort of evidence. And only 7 out of 43 of them were actually, taken into consideration, essentially, which is insane because I can guarantee you at least half of the other ones were probably true and legit as well. And I don't want to question, but probably most of them. So, yeah.
But the real number of issues that have occurred could be much more. At this point, they finally admitted to Rafiq being a victim of racial harassment and bullying. But strangely, the full report wasn't published, nor was it given to Rafiq as well. Instead, in October of 2021, they gave him a shortened version of the entire report. And Yorkshire would state the following: no conduct or action taken by any of its employees, players, or executives warrants disciplinary action.
Yo!
I believe that, among other things, the racial slurs were used in the spirit of friendly banter.
No!
The next 2 months would see a lot of developments after the pressure was added onto the club.
That's
November
cooked.
2021. Out of the blue, a Yorkshire cricketer by the name of Gary Balance steps out.
Gary
He
Balance?
admitted using racist language against Rafiq, and said that he deeply regrets some of the language I used in my younger years. Not long later...
Nah, Gary, big ups to Gary. Obviously, takes a big man to come out and admit to doing the wrong thing, especially when it seemed like a lot of it was going against Rafiq. Big ups right there to the man Gary.
Michael Vaughan makes a public statement as well.
Oh, did he?
However, he denied the allegation of making a racist comment.
Michael! No, fuck off, Michael. Oh, I thought you were going to be the good guy as well, but no, you weren't. You're just talking shit.
Well, fights to the end to prove that I am not that person.
Now, look, Michael, no one's saying that you're this person or you are this and you are that. It sounds like he's just saying that these comments were said. He's not trying to say this is your entire character, you're this and that. It's just, you had said some comments by the sounds of it. Oh, Michael.
At this point in time, Yorkshire's club sponsors were withdrawing from their sponsorship.
Damn!
And the ECB suspended them from hosting cricket internationally.
Oh!
Having been pressured by Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister at the time, and Health Secretary Sajid Javid, the ECB apologised for not taking action soon.
Yeah, facts.
And were aware of how long Rafiq had been waiting to get justice. Because of this, Roger Hutton and Mark Arthur, the Yorkshire chairman and chief executive, resigned from their positions.
Yeah!
As unfortunately for Rafiq, further damage had been done, with him receiving death threats over his claims. Feeling vulnerable and unprotected by the people of his own country, he decided to leave Britain with his family. Lord Kamlesh Patel became the new chairman, and he helped to settle the case that Rafiq originally brought on. And the following month, Yorkshire's entire coaching team left the club as well, with Lord Patel making a statement on this move. Significant changes required at Yorkshire County Cricket Club,
That's a
and
W.
we are committed to taking whatever action is necessary to regain trust. A few months went by until June 2022, where the ECB charged Yorkshire and 7 people affiliated with the club, who were claimed to have shown racism.
Who got
Those
charged?
Accused, 5 of them withdrew cooperation from the CDC hearings, and Balance was the only member to admit to the charges against him. Vaughan, the only other member besides Balance who cooperated with the CDC hearings, and the one who previously denied making any racist comments, was cleared. Based on the many inconsistencies...
Yo, I can't believe that 5 people withdrew, like, their complaints and essentially said, we're not cooperating, don't include me in this. But Gary Balance was the only one who stood up and said, I did something wrong, I will be the man, and I have the cojones to say, I effed up, I'm sorry. That's all you have to do. And it makes, I'm sure, Rafiq feel so much better inside. And it just gives him a bit of closure, like, damn.
And the evidence that Rafiq provided, as well as Adil Rashid testifying as a witness and denying Rafiq's claims, they believe that Vaughan's word was more likely to be
okay,
true.
wow.
All the 5 members who withdrew cooperation were found guilty of using discriminatory language that breached the terms that the ECB had imposed. They were all given fines ranging from £2,500 to £6,000,
Is that
depending
it?
on the severity of their behavior.
Is that it?
And were strongly recommended to take an education course on racism.
Strongly recommended.
People found guilty were also given suspensions on playing and coaching cricket.
W.
The suspensions are shown on screen, although it's unclear.
Let's have a look at the names here. Gary Balance, you know what, 6-match playing suspension makes sense, but at least he owned up. John Blaine, never heard of him. Tim Bresnan didn't want to cooperate, but he still got fined. Fuck you, Tim. Aaron Gale, I don't know who that is. Matthew Hoggard, what? Hoggy. That's poor from you, Matthew. That's not good. And Richard Pyra. I'm unsure, but come on, boys, you're better than that.
Why both John Blaine and Matthew Hoggard weren't given any suspensions themselves.
Oh, okay.
Many people
Right, I didn't
criticised
even
the
read
punishments
that.
for being way too lenient.
Yeah, very.
Rafiq himself said that, I have never cared about individual punishments. I just wanted the game to change for the better
I bet.
and the recognition of what I and others went through. In July of this year, 6 years after Rafiq's initial claims, the Yorkshire Cricket Club were fined £400,000 and given point deductions in the T20 Blast, County Championship and the One Day Cup. This whole incident goes to show just how important it is to stand up for your rights,
Facts.
no matter how long it takes. Rafiq could have easily given up and been done with the incident.
Yeah.
But by persevering, he was able to provide the members of the Yorkshire County Cricket Club with a better future.
Facts.
What I've been able to do, and hopefully what we'll all be able to do moving forward, will be more powerful than any runs and wickets or Ashes and World Cups. If you found this video interesting,
Hey, man.
then share this video with
Shout out to the great man who just created this video. This is an awesome video. Let's go back to the great man Rafiq. Hey, that will cap us off. If you just seen the little edit in the video, I had to let my dog outside. She just woke up, so, you know, it makes sense. But hey, that will finish us off. An incredible video, remember. Original link is in the description. Go show some love to the original. And remember, as they said in this video, to always stand up for yourself. If you know something is wrong or it's going against you or someone you even know, stand up and don't let the bullshit win, essentially. So hey, that will cap us off. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see everyone in the next one.